Hello everyone. Today I just want to go over a few topics. I'm going to shotgun them really quickly. Yeah, right, I talk way too much. Anyway, so, Vivec, living god of Morrowind, he got his own pop figure. Now, I know pop figures are kind of ugly, not really great, but let's face it. I mean, with the new Morrowind expansion pack coming up, for the Elder Scrolls Online, this is kind of a big deal, and I do like to collect stuff for my little shelf. At some point, I will actually have a shelf behind me where I'll showcase my stuff. That's probably going to be in a year or two from now. But, yeah, eventually I will have this, because the moment this was announced, I was like, shut up and take my gold. Almost immediately. I just knew I needed to have this in my life. Now, other than that, as for the Morrowind expansion pack itself, I still think it's probably a cynical cash grab. I mean, Elder Scrolls Online is something I play now and again, mostly for the PvP. If you want to check out my review, I actually do have a full review on Elder Scrolls Online. Most people confuse my thoughts on the Morrowind expansion pack for my review on Elder Scrolls Online, which is freaking hilarious. But what a lot of people who watch my Elder Scrolls Online review don't realize is I'm reviewing it without the DLC. I played the DLC, but that's an extra paywall you gotta go past. Elder Scrolls Online is actually really good when you play the DLC that you have to pay extra for, or buy a golden edition or whatever. My point is that the only content in the entire game that's written well, because the whole Molag Bal story is garbage, the Alliance War is garbage, that's all garbage. The Thieves Guild, the Dark Brotherhood, and Orsinium, and the Imperial City, it's all good. Seriously. They actually got writers who knew what they were doing, apparently, or their writers woke up out of their half-comatose state that they had been writing in thus far in order to make content that's fairly decent. So, when people ask me, is the Elder Scrolls Online good? Yes, it's a good MMO. Is it a good Elder Scrolls game? No, it's not. Unless you count the DLC, which are good. Of course, Cyrodiil is just a ripoff of Dark Age of Camelot PvP, so, you know, you can't go wrong with Dark Age of Camelot. I recommend Cyrodiil PvP, like, 10 hours a day. Go murder things. Go blow up keep walls. It's fun. Anyway, moving on. So, this guy, Gavin, who is the lead for the Daggerfall Unity project, just posted a couple screenshots on April 18th of what Daggerfall Unity's looking like with certain mods. Now, he also posted another thing, which says that the latest Daggerfall Unity live builds have had mods removed from them. Now, I know it sounds weird, but the basic idea is Daggerfall Unity was working with mods, and it's like, we'll install this mod to do this, we'll install that mod to do that, and it created something that looks freaking amazing, that is somehow supposed to be Daggerfall, but clearly isn't. And, you know, this is the future. You know, behold the future, behold Daggerfall. So my point with this is all those mods are now not part of Daggerfall Unity anymore. Now they'll be standalone add-ons that you'll be able to put in because they're actually working on the modding API. Daggerfall Unity will be fully moddable, just like Morrowind or Oblivion or Skyrim was moddable. So we'll be able to have just, oh look, it's Daggerfall as it was originally, and then install a bunch of mods, that's what it's going to come down to. Now, some people are asking, what is Daggerfall Unity anyway? Well, Daggerfall Unity is a source-available Daggerfall for the Unity engine. What does source-available mean? Well, it's just open source, except it is subject to the Unity license agreement, which more or less says if you make a certain amount of money from this, you have to pay Unity. The people who are authorities on what is open source and what isn't open source get really offended when you call this open source. They prefer to call it source available. It still means you can make your own mods, and they're really awesome, though. I can't wait to see Daggerfall Multiplayer. Oh, speaking of multiplayer, did you know that the Morrowind Multiplayer community, they've been working really hard on their stuff. I've been watching since they were like 150 members. They're up to like 672 now. But using the Open Morrowind engine, OpenMW, they have been rebuilding Morrowind for native multiplayer. The newest update to this is NPC syncing in combat. So, you know, when you see an NPC fighting another player, that'll be synchronized in real time. You'd be surprised how difficult that is to rebuild a game engine to support multiple players, but they've done it. There's multiple players running around in this particular server all the time. The funny part is that these other players are just, they don't have much to do because, you know, it's mostly a single player game, except you can see other players right now. You can do PvP, but what's the point in that, really? The actual synchronizing of the NPCs starts now. They've released the update. The update is working well, and it's just going to get better from here. I can't wait to see what this team does. You should really go and check out their Discord server. It's right down here on the side. And drop David C. a message telling him how much you're looking forward to the project, because he's the lead on it. Either way, I will eventually be doing a discussion with him and the other folks, because I do want to talk about this. The Morrowind Multiplayer project, it's a lot of fun. The idea, just hop back into Morrowind, but play with friends, you know? Not for a serious, immersive adventure. No, just for fun. Either way, getting on to the side of serious, hardcore modding. I've been doing a lot of Skyrim recently with a particular survival loadout. I've been having a lot of fun with it, been live streaming it on Twitch. But moving on, the Skyrim Script Extender. Serious business. The Skyrim Script Extender, unfortunately, has an issue. And that is the authors haven't had time to work on it for like 3 to 6 months when people thought they were working on it. And that means it's going to be delayed a while. You know, however long we thought it was going to take, it's going to take a little longer. And that's okay. I'd rather it be done right than be done fast. Either way, moving on, the YouTube channel Fudge Muppet recently released an episode of their Fudge Muppet show, in which they gave a game away. They're doing a giveaway for games. But the first question they answered was one that I had. Would they be interested in doing a tabletop gaming session, like Dungeons & Dragons, for instance, but with the Elder Scrolls format? Their answer was yes, and my response was that if the answer was yes, I would help them get it set up. So we're going to do a trial run probably in the next week or two. And if successful, then we'll go ahead and start up a show where we're doing an Elder Scrolls tabletop game. Now, I don't know how fitting a game master I'll be for it, but I'll give it a try. You know, you try everything once, why the hell not? My point is, we're going to give this a go. If it doesn't work, you probably just won't hear about it anymore. Their Australian internet may hate me, or it just may not jive with their style. There's tons of reasons why it may not take off. And so if it doesn't, you just won't hear about it. And if it does take off, you'll be hearing from them pretty soon. I'm pretty sure this is going to be showcased on their channel, where, you know, I'll be able to use that for advertising on mine. Let's face it, nothing we do is free. Either way, I've had a lot of fun in Dungeons & Dragons in the past. I've had a lot of fun with Shadowrun and various other tabletops. So we're going to give this a shot, see how it works. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, you should definitely go to twitch.tv/Zahakaron. Same channel name as YouTube, same name as my Patreon, so on. And follow, because I do live streams all the time there. A lot of people ask me, why don't you have the live stream on YouTube? And the answer is, it just doesn't work out as well. You know, I have a mirror set up to broadcast to YouTube on a delay, and I don't want to manage 2 chats while I'm doing that. So I keep the chat here on Twitch, and you should definitely check it out. Now, in other news, I've got a video about the Skyrim modding community that I filmed earlier today, but I'm going to have to take some time and edit. It's probably not going to be up for a day or 3, but that's not a good topic. It's very much an extension of that last video I did, with the author of The Floating Market, and I'm going to be talking about the MXR lawsuit and how that all turned out. It's a discussion that we really need to have. Before any of this drama dies down, this discussion needs to happen. So either way, thank you all for watching. Check the links on screen for more content, and I will see y'all next time.